It's only a logical step because we've seen that the threat to the UK in the past 2 months has dramatically soared to the level that I would put the UK in the top 5 of targets for Islamic State, almost at the level of France and then the US, which wasn't the case before. So it does make sense that we're going to critical. And I wouldn't be surprised that if another attack were to happen in the next few weeks, that we would have the kind of security step up that the French have undergone after the November 2015 attacks.
Mrs. May made it clear in her statement that she understands that the police believe this not to be the work of one individual, apparently Salman Abedi, but that the complexity of what he carried out meant he is likely to have been working with other people.
Yes, I mean, we've had in the past 2 years as really rare cases of what you would call lone wolves. And remember that in the past 2 months, there were those 2 attacks, the Westminster and Manchester, but also there was the foiled plot on Whitehall. And there were also a slew of arrests of people suspected of planning plots. So this makes me believe that there's indeed a network behind it. And also the link that the alleged terrorist has just come back a few days ago from Tripoli, Libya, is a big sign for me that there might be a link directly with Islamic State in Libya.
With Islamic State in Libya, you say, is the location more significant than the group?
In a way, yes, because if you look at what happened in Sousse, for instance, the beach attack against British tourists, the perpetrator behind that attack, Rezghi, was trained in Libya also by Islamic State. So you have there clearly a link between Islamic State in Libya and targeting specifically UK citizens. You could see that the foreign operation maybe of IS in Libya is different in terms of targets than the IS in Syria that we know has focused a lot on France and the US, for instance.
Tell me what the authorities will be thinking about the fact that this appears to have been a relatively sophisticated bomb as opposed to a vehicle or a gun or knives, which are the sort of weapons which have been used in recent attacks in the UK in particular.
You are correct. I mean, that's a big change from what we've seen even across Europe, except for the November 2015 in Paris, the March 2016 in Brussels, and one attack in Germany, in Ansbach. Islamic State stopped using bombs. And the reason being possibly that the main expert in bomb making was killed after the Brussels attacks. It means that there's somebody that is very well versed into bomb making that has either come out of the continent and come into the UK, or it is actually in the UK.